Archie, I'm not sure if you saw the cricket match yesterday with India and Pakistan, but there's been a lot of controversy since it because the young cricketer Arshdeep Singh, he caught a ball and then dropped it, and so Pakistan won the match. But after that, there was a huge outpour of anti-Hindu Khalistani messaging on his account. They were trying to associate him to separatist movement, the Khalistanis. And it's been brought to light that these are a lot of fake accounts that were set up in Pakistan, and social media is full of fake accounts, be it on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, of paid accounts. These people are being paid to use Hindu names and to divide and rule and to set fuel where there's none needed. But what are your thoughts on this?
Well, firstly, I think we have to give a shout out to that young man. It's not an easy thing to do in front of the world, especially in front of two spectator crowds who are so competitive with each other. Yes. And I'm sure that he is feeling the pressure. But the good side of it is that he should also recognize that we now know that some groups will use every opportunity to exploit and to create a rift where there is none. There was that remarkable report that came out of Rutgers University where they had tracked Hindu-phobic comments, hate speech, etc. And they established a couple of incredible pieces of data. One was that a huge number of accounts which appeared to come from Pakistan were actually spoofed from Iran, and that the Iranian state was investing heavily in creating conflict between Pakistan and India. So it would give the appearance that a lot of negativity was being generated from Pakistan, and that would add a bit of fire to a bit more fuel to the fire. You're absolutely right. But this is a wake-up call. All of the Hindu family, all of the Bharatiyas, all of the Indian citizenry should recognize that whenever there is a conflict and there is a conflagration follows very, very quickly, we shouldn't jump in and engage and pick one side or pick the other side and sort of roll up your sleeves and start to fight back. We should always take a breather first and just step back, because with passionate people, it's too easy to trigger them, to cause a problem, to accelerate and some sort of a dispute even faster, and then to regret it afterwards. So whenever something like this arises, we now know how the response is going to map out in front of us. This will always be the response. And so if we approach it with a calm head and recognize it for what it is, then its impact will diminish dramatically. I've noticed on Twitter, as you've mentioned, and in other places as well, that Arshdeep has had a huge amount of support. And there has been, shall we say, a response which is exponentially significantly greater than the negative one, and which is a very positive and supportive one. Yes. In closing, I think it's also worth remembering only a few years ago when Pakistan came to Britain to play in a cricket match and they lost. They were fearful for their lives. They were petrified of going back to Pakistan and suffering violent backlashes. So, the chalk and cheese, they're remarkably different responses. And I'm sure that it'll have been leveraged to make the team even tighter, to give each other so much more support. And he will come out as a better cricket player. And hopefully our community will also come out as more enlightened and strategically aware community members as well.
Please remember to subscribe to us and switch on the notifications for this channel. For our other social media links, more content, and to support our work, please visit citti.net. Dhanyavad. Namaskar.